Hello viewers, I'm SB, and we are officially through the looking glass here in Control. Listen, I'm not going to say it was the intro of the century, but if you wanted to say it was the intro of the century, I wouldn't disagree with you. So, I did do a little bit of practicing, like I said I was going to. On the first attempt off camera, I defeated the second Jesse easily. On the second attempt off camera, I had to stop because I was going to win. So let's hope some of that carries over. The fact is, it's a lot easier to play video games when you're not talking about them. It's shocking the degree to which I get worse at games when I'm also speaking while playing. Also, I did go to rebind the evade to my mouse button, like one of the thumb buttons, only to find out it was already bound to the button I was going to bind it to, because all of the powers have good secondary mouse binds that the game just doesn't tell you about at first. Lesson: go ahead and look at the controls in your video games from time to time. Alright, we're going to do this in one. Everybody ready? Oh, she didn't run forward. What's she doing over there? One thing I did learn while I was practicing, if she wants to just stand here and do this at this range, we can do that. Yeah, one thing I did learn from practice time is that it's actually possible to grab the missiles at a much larger range than I thought it was. It's just that you have to actually put the crosshair on. I'm so used to just... Okay. Not a good time. I'm so used to just mashing the launch button, because even if you're not looking at something, you know, Jessie figures it out for you. She will find a thing to throw. But if you want to grab the missiles past point-blank range, you really do have to actually be aiming at them when you hit the button. When you do it right, though, it allows you to grab them, almost all the way across the room. I did not dodge there. It's crazy. My reaction time is so much worse when I'm also doing commentary. Which is my way of letting you know that if we don't get this... Wow. If we don't get this in a couple of tries here, I may do a silent run. Where everything that I do will look extremely cool and it will totally make up for the artificially lowered entertainment value. Another thing that I like a lot about not talking so much is it lets me pay more attention to things. Ooh, she dropped stuff. Get the stuff. Okay, my health. Yeah, so I got to spend a little bit more time looking at the animations and stuff. And I know they're going for a very intense feeling with this battle. You can tell from, you know, the music and everything. But it is actually extremely funny to launch stuff at the other Jessie and see it just ricochet off her head and knock her back. The animations are fantastic. We'll see if we can actually catch some of it on camera instead of having me duck behind cover as soon as I throw stuff. If she's going to stand there and shield, I'm going to stand here and read. Okay, she does eventually just drop her shield, it looks like. I should be very careful about the thing I just did there. Going all the way out of psychic energy is a bad idea. Oof. I jerked my hand right as I finished, right as I let go of the trigger. Completely spoiled my shot. Alright, we're picking it back up. I'm recovering a little bit from that embarrassing first round. Okay. That was right past my head. I do feel a little bit bad, with this cowering strategy. I was doing a lot less of this and a lot more flying around while I was practicing, and it was working pretty well, so maybe I ought to do it again. Once again, running myself out of energy, maybe not wise. Oh, I killed her. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Ow. Okay. Well, the good news is I healed immediately. Jesus. Okay, that's a new one, by the way. I did get all the way through this form, like I said earlier. Oh, I was trying to grab that, but it did not grab. I think I must have missed it with the crosshair. I did get all the way through the fight with this form, but I did not see her do that dash all the way across the room and melee you thing. I'm not sure how you could... She was very fast when she did that. I don't know if you could react to that. So yeah, as you saw there, the third form has the evade, which does make it a little bit tricky. It's really like it's a very cool and intense fight, though. So we're just gonna get back there and then stay in that phase for more than 3 seconds. And I know some of you out there, some people who have not been watching the channel for very long, are disbelieving me. You're like, you're just like stream of consciousness yammering. How could this possibly be degrading your skill? How much mental bandwidth can this possibly take? Let me tell you something. I've had to, in the past, do a couple of like serious mode, stop talking things on the channel, and people who have seen that can tell you the difference in my play skill is like night and day. Oh, gotcha. Did not manage to dodge there. I didn't have any energy left, I think. Yeah, part of the benefit of doing the fly around strategy here is that it's way easier to hit her with thrown objects if you're not hiding in that corner. The downside is that at long range like this, we run into that problem that I was having before of her being able to fire a second rocket before the first rocket gets close to me, so if I grab it and throw it, I still get hit by one. And you cannot grab the first rocket and throw it and recover fast enough to also grab the second rocket. So you gotta... We could just dash. We could dash immediately after the first throw, but that requires me to see the second rocket in time, which I did not do there. That's alright. We'll give it 1 or 2 more before we go serious time. I mean, should I just be using the grip? Maybe I'm... No, I'm not shooting her directly all that often. Like, a lot of the time we're doing damage to her with the explosion around a corner or something. Probably best to stick with the charge. I sure wish I had the currency to upgrade the charge, though. Spent so much stuff upgrading our ability to produce mods, and then we're going to end up never producing a mod. I feel a little wasteful. Okay, that time I would swear I was dodging. It feels like her charge carries more ammo than mine does, or just like, reloads super fast or something. Okay, that was a pretty direct hit there. Okay, I'm almost out of energy here, so let's take it real easy. It seems like the way it works is that you can always use a power as long as you have any amount of energy left. So even having a tiny amount there is enough to dodge if you're really in desperate shape here, but like this situation, this is bad. Screwed up by letting the energy drop to 0. Okay. That's fine. You know what? I don't even need my head, so there.
Nothing but a pale imitation.
Jesus.
Another one?
She doesn't quite drop enough health to bring you back to full from... That's a really good example of what I was talking about earlier, the animations. It's not quite a whole health bar worth of health. Oh hey, when you hit explosions near her while she's shielded up, she still takes health damage. You don't do a lot of damage to the shield, but you still hit her. I wasn't actually sure. I'm not sure whether you can safely hold on to the grenades for very long, because you can't keep them out in front of the gun for very long before they just go off. I have no idea if it's the same when you're holding them with launch, so I panicked there a little bit. Alright, you know what? I'm going to stop trying to see the rockets and dodge them. And I'm just going to do a thing that I did not do there and assume she's shooting a rocket at me just preemptively dodge. Oh god, oh god, oh god. That was a real risky way to do that. I should have just dodged. Okay, hold on. Just let it regen. Oh god, I got myself caught in the corner. I think I blew myself up there. I'm pretty sure I shot the floor. I saw the movement, and you just twitch. You have that built-up Counter-Strike resource or reflex of where's the head? Just move the cursor to the head. Why don't you just click on their head? And that's all shooters are. It's not that hard. Just click on the heads. One more normal try. We were pretty close to killing her. And then, obviously, we would have gotten to very nearly reset health. And the only reason that we're not getting a full health meter's worth of health from them is because we have a significantly artificially extended health meter. Have the right gun? Okay. Yeah, the grip is definitely better when she's just standing all the way across the room at long range, but honestly, the fight's easy enough if she chooses to do that it sort of doesn't matter what weapon we're using. Ooh. Okay, I dodged a little bit early there. Fortunately, the homing effect on the missiles is relatively limited. I keep forgetting to dodge. I keep just, like, spacing on the dodge. It helps a lot to have it on a quickly accessible button, but you still have to, like, do the brain part of thinking to do it. You know what? When you, when she starts flinging grenades at us, maybe we should just rush her. Because it seems like her grenades fire sideways a lot more than mine do. Like, it takes them time to home in. Being close to her makes them just whiff around us a lot. Being close to this one, yeah, is dangerous, because I need time to react to the throw. Take this opportunity to get me some health. Yeah, actually, being close to her is awesome when she's in rocket mode. I need to not shoot her when she's launching, because it makes it impossible for me to tell when she's throwing the thing. That worked out alright. Where even is she? Oh, she died. Okay, well that worked. Okay, so this one is considerably harder to hit. Okay, there's enough of a wind-up on that super punch that I could shield. I just need to, like, actually notice her doing it is all. Seems very resistant to gunfire. Okay. Oh, I hate being without any energy. And we're actually destroying the, what is going on over there? Jesus. We're actually destroying the environment as we fight. This is so cool. Spent all my energy while there was a rocket incoming. And then I was looking at the floor to see if there's any help and not looking at her. I think we're probably going to lose this one. I could just not make any more mistakes. Jesus, thank you. Generous iframes. Where'd she go? Where'd she go? Where'd she go? She's mostly dodging the rockets, but if she's near a wall, you can see the explosions still do damage to her. Okay. Yeah, sorry, you can tell I'm getting a little quiet. I thought at first that she was doing the same thing that the flying enemies do, where they dodge your gunfire but are less good at dodging your launches. But she seems to just be dodging some percentage of everything pretty arbitrarily. And she's definitely dodging launches as well. Although less so, it seems like. I might actually be able to cheese my way through here. Oh, I did the bad thing. Let's hope we don't pay the price for it. I'm going to hide behind cover like a coward. Seems like she's worse at dodging when she's close to you, maybe? She still can, though.
Oh, that better be all of them.
Oh, yes, it better be.
They locked this mirror up.
Oh. Look at what we have made of this room. God, what a cool game. I'm just having the best time, you guys. Alright, so I guess we probably just leave, right? We probably just go back out. Can't imagine there's going to be anything else to do in here, although I'm going to be honest with you, I also don't know how this solved the problem we were having. I thought we were going to find Dr. Underhill in here. Maybe we just got distracted by nothing? I'm just going to make sure that there's nothing else to do up here. Oh, hold on. Oh. Right, we broke the mirror. We can click the ball things. This is not actually operable. Okay. Fairly sure that nothing is... I mean, maybe we'll find Dr. Underhill on the way out. And that's really where I thought this was headed. That looks really suspicious, right? Wow. Solid grate. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel like there's anything else to do here. But then why... like... If this doesn't lead us to...
What doing with this thing?
If this doesn't lead us to Dr. Underhill, then what were we doing here at all? What was the point of this? Aside from it being cool, of course, which is good enough reason, I suppose. Well, Polaris was happy with us.
This is gone. It's dealt with.
Also, that was a fair number of ability points we just received. That was probably one of the things on the checklist, wasn't it? Yeah, this way. Just trying to get back to a control point as quickly as possible. Wait a second. What is that? This is what mirror Jessie was wearing, isn't it? Oh. That's weird. I had kind of assumed, since we had not found any outfits, that there weren't any outfits before you completed the game. That was just like a post-game thing. You know, because games do that sometimes. It's like just a special outfit you get for winning, and then probably there was like a pre-order bonus or something. I did not pre-order the game. I didn't really know what it was in time to do a pre-order. Also, if you wanted to make an argument that perhaps we should not be pre-ordering games, given the practices that seems to be encouraging and everything, I don't think I could really argue with you. Yeah, with the grip, we can easily kill enemies through the healing of the orb thing. Not as much. Ow! Not as much with the charge. Also, it helps when there's bullets in the gun. Although I guess there's never bullets in the gun. What What are we shooting at people? Are we shooting little bits of black rock? I mean, I guess I'm still assuming that the gun is made of black rock. But that means that the synchronicity room was never Dr. Underhill's lab. So we probably could have gone and found her right away then. Yeah, okay, I still have my ability points. We're all good. I didn't figure the game would do that thing. Or it'd make us fight the boss again. I am kind of interested in this, but maybe at this point we should just, like, get stats. Like, energy's good. I like energy a lot. We've seen all of the actual abilities. I mean, I guess let's pick this up. Who knows? Maybe it's totally awesome. I don't usually find myself close enough to enemies to use a thing like that, but maybe it's cool. We are totally going to end up maxing out levitation. Wait, isn't there... Can I not change my outfit? Maybe you can only change your outfit at the one in Central Executive? Okay, charge upgrade. The charge upgrade we have all this stuff for. It's just a matter of getting source. For the last grip upgrade, we still need a ton of remote thoughts. Yeah, we'll probably take this, provided we ever make it to 30,000 again. But that's interesting. So, where is Dr. Underhill's lab then? We must have just missed it somewhere. Is there a way down maybe from protective studies, or maybe you have to get through the ashtray maze to get there? Well, it says it's below central research. There's a grayed out elevator. Hold on. Is this elevator accessible from... Oh, that's right. There's these rooms over here we couldn't get into before. I wonder if there's a way into them. I don't have a good enough memory to, unfortunately, to remember which places we couldn't get into because of keycard issues and which places just didn't seem like they were openable. Also, I gotta remember to be looking up because we can fly now. Although I doubt we're gonna find a gap in the ceiling in this particular corridor. Let me get in here. Ugh, come on. Who stacked these boxes back in front of this door after I cleared it out? Trying to make sure that we didn't miss anything in here. Okay. Oh, that's... I was imagining the ground slam as just like a straight down pound thing, but this is what the other Jesse did. So it goes forward considerably. Oh yeah, you get a little targeting shadow. Okay, that's way better than what I thought it was. I'm excited to use that.
Was Dr. Darling's penmanship intentionally this bad?
Maybe he's trying to test our code breaking skills.
His penmanship's not... It's not even bad, though. What are you eggheads talking about? Okay, hold on. So, we left this way. I'm just trying to reorient myself a little bit here. So, okay, if we go through this, we can get to Central Research, and then we'll try to find a way down from Central Research. Okay. Underneath. Oh yeah, there's all these... Yes, there absolutely are keycard doors down here. I remember now. Man, it takes so long for the object to get over to me, I don't even get any time to throw it. Okay, reload, reload, reload. I will say it feels like, and this is probably just... It probably is just feeling. Probably not anything that's actually happening. But it really feels like the grip reloads slower than the other versions of the gun. You know, even if I don't really need to get headshots, they just look so damn cool. I find myself strongly incentivized. Okay, so where was that? There's a room somewhere It's by the quarry. That big room that we dropped into, and there were those mold sniper things in it and everything. That we are totally intended to levitate across. Actually, we couldn't... Yeah, this is where we gotta go. We couldn't do this safely before because we didn't have slow fall. Just take it easy. We could probably slow fall the whole way in one drop, but I'm enjoying looking around here. Aha! This game. Oh, my weapon mods are too full. Well, yeah, I guess that's not a thing we've been dealing with. Man, this is a bummer though. We have a better version of this mod. We have a better version of this mod. That's pretty much what this is, right? I'm not actually going to compare the values of these. It's like, do we have one that has a higher number on it? Then delete. Alright, I lied. We're comparing. 25 versus 45? Are these... Hold on. 25, 45. How are these the same rarity? Okay, we'll get rid of that one. It's terrible. Don't need you. Wait. 54, 63. Okay, just making sure. And actually, we don't even need the 63. Okay, probably don't need another energy boost. And that's not even really a lot of source. Mod management is just a total bummer. Also, I was deleting personal mods. And we had to probably end up going through both, right? Honestly, I don't like almost any of these. If we're being totally straightforward here. Like, okay, what is this? Shatter recoil efficiency. Can't imagine a use for it at any level. We have 5 of them. Five projectiles up is actually, that's cool. 17% zoom may as well be nothing. Ammo cost down per shot is maybe fine. I don't know, we'll hold on to it. Zoom boost is kind of crummy. Projectile spread down is pretty whatever. I mean, like you have good long range guns. If you're using the shotgun, it's because you want it to do shotgun stuff. Damage while aiming is a pretty cool boost. Unfortunately, the Pierce is a borderline unusable weapon. I don't know. Probably somebody is having some fun with it, right? Okay, we have made room. I'm tired of doing this. Let's pick that up and then immediately delete it because it's a Pierce zoom boost. Yes, all this work so that I could deconstruct this thing for 500 source. Things look rough down here. We haven't fought enough of these enemies yet for me to know if that clicking sound definitely implies the presence of one of them, or if that's just a sound that the mold sometimes makes. Well, shoot, we should definitely turn the radio on, right? Oh, actually, I can't turn this radio on. It's too moldy. None of the equipment down here works. Okay. So that's how we get back out. We bring a power brick back over to here. Probably worth noting. That's really creepy. Something about the way that's laid out. Just very unsettling. This whole thing, very unsettling. Why has the mold not touched this picture at all? What's happening there? Is he dissecting something? Kind of looks like a rat, but it's too long. Oh, that's interesting. Wow. Okay, tough picture. May as well get this done right now, so that we can escape quickly, in case we need to do that. Oh. Hey, you guys are okay.
Careful in there, man. Area's under quarantine. I wouldn't go in there without talking to Underhill first. Even if you have, I still wouldn't go in.
Okay, your concern is noted. Where might I do the thing that you just said for me to do? Oh wait, is there a person up here? No, there's a chest up here. This area is very strange. Right? Like, why would this room even be... Mold aside, why is this room laid out like this? Alright, well, we'll try to talk to Underhill first. I gotta figure out where that is a thing to do. Huh. Yeah, map. Map completely useless. I, like, instinctively took cover there like I was being shot at. Okay, so this is one of these explodey bits. Let's just do this now so that it doesn't explode when I try to get close to it. Okay. That's a cool way of luring you over to check out what's going on over here. Charge velocity boost. That actually sounds like a pretty good mod. What do I have on the charge right now? Just a flat damage. How much projectile velocity are we getting there? Oh, quite a bit. Yeah, maybe let's try that instead, and then we'll swap the good damage mod onto here. And I mean, while we're at it, energy from headshots, yeah. This is definitely my favorite of our mods. The Pink Flamingo supplement. Agents noticed a transient commonly found outside the entrance of the Bureau headquarters would carry the item and loudly claim to be responsible for the lack of inclement weather. The frequency of these claims attracted the personal interest of Dr. Darling. In interviews disguised as casual conversations, the transient reported that the item gives me clouds when it's hot and sun when it's not. An event of note occurred during a heavy downpour when the vagrant was witnessed performing a possible ritual with the item. Dr. Darling reported a wait of some seconds before the rain stopped. You know, a number. But one of the numbers that makes it weird. The vagrant was seized the next day. After, oh, God only knows what they did to him. He was found to possess no something and was released. The item remains in Bureau custody under suspicion of altered status, although this has not been proven. All known variations of the identification formulas have failed to elicit a response from the item, so it's probably just a pink flamingo. It's kind of a neat look into how being around this stuff might cause you to just sort of start seeing nonsense everywhere. I should probably... Yeah, probably not walk around with this in charge mode quite so much, because I'm very likely to... Oh, hey! Hey, dudes! What's up? Yeah, I'm somewhat likely to accidentally blow myself up. This actually is a pretty good application for it, though. Well, it doesn't sound like I finished them off. What a stupid way to kill an enemy. No one can defend against the hopping headshot. Oh man, just like seeing the clouds of stuff descend in this room, my allergies are starting to act up. Body, you know nothing is wrong. Mold snipers. Man, they actually hit really hard. Is there any health left from those guys I killed? Nope. Well, crud. Okay, just... If you're gonna shoot one of them, you gotta finish the job pretty quickly. Also, I do have lots and lots of explosives here. Maybe I should be using the explosives more. Although she seems reluctant to grab the explosive spore clusters, I wonder why. Alright, so I expect we're gonna have to use the float a lot here, since they made it so that you have to have the float to even enter the room. Okay, so if you fall to the bottom, that passageway back there is how you get back up. Alright, well, I guess let's try going this way first. Okay. fall was a little more sudden than I was ready for. Oops. That's the wrong button right there. Damn it. I think I killed it. I think I got killed by something else on the ground. Yeah, you play so many games where control is crouch, and this game does have crouching. Actually, what I probably should do is just rebind control, because now I'm using the thumb button for the dash anyway. This is going to make for some fascinating video right here. Aww, that's a crummy place for that to have happened. But we're going to just really quickly go into controls and... yeah, that's definitely better. And that's going to make the slam way easier to use as well. Okay, is there a fast travel point I could use that would be better for this? There totally is. Yeah, that's crummy. It would be cool if there had been like a control point at the beginning of that area. Like maybe right at the bottom of the... Oops, that's not what I wanted. I thought the targeting shadow was on the ground. Okay. We're obviously just not gonna fight all these random dudes. You know what? There was a door down here, wasn't there? It was like a security level 4 door. Let's see, lab 1. Is this the music lab? Is this where we listen to the song? Yes, it is. Hey, somebody came through and put the room back together. Well, that was nice of them. But I think in this downstairs hallway there was a keycard door somewhere. Maybe I'm misremembering. Okay, well, whatever. Let's do what we came here to do. I was planning on just fast falling most of the distance and then turning on the slow fall right at the end, but I landed on that light. That kind of hurt. You know, that's pretty weird. I just kind of assumed that they had dug this shaft on purpose, but it comes down into a bathroom. So, no, probably not, right? Okay, it does remember that I put in the power. Okay, you guys are...
Area's under quarantine.
I mean, I'm just gonna go right in.
Talking to Underhill first. Even if you have, I still wouldn't go in.
Why? Why did I think they meant this is under quarantine? Because it's locked down. That's why. Hold on. I'm not gonna beat myself up over that. That was like semi-reasonable at least.
Are you lost?
I mean, in a very real sense, aren't we all? Especially right now at this moment. How's it going down there? From Darling to Underhill. How's it going down there? Enjoying the mold so far? Settling back into life at the old FBC? I also wanted to ask how your coffee with Emily went. She's a star on the rise, incredibly bright, extremely intuitive. But I want to hear what you thought of her. I think you two could be very good on a project together. Could learn a lot from each other. Let's get together and chat about it soon. Anyway, sorry for the interruption. I'm sure you can't think of anything besides the mold right now because it is all over the inside of your brain. You always were a woman of focus. I always admired that about you. Weird. Don't just describe people to the people themselves. It always comes off strange. Threshold Utility Counter Essay from Dr. Underhill. Dr. Darling's recently penned essay titled, "Oh, Something Insufferable, I Bet," contains some glaring omissions that I feel I must shine a light on. Firstly, the entire premise of the essay is that the quarry threshold is beneficial to the Bureau, while the mold is actively hostile, to use his words. We cannot determine the worth of these dimensions and their lifeforms using bureaucratic definitions. Secondly, the mold is much more beneficial than some rock. If the forces creating the mold? If the astral forces creating the mold were reconfigured in their purpose, the structures they could build would rival the greatest skyscrapers, but they would still be made of mold. The mold's resistance to various strains of disease we've attempted to introduce could be derived into medicine, hopefully, and not so much like bioweapons. Yes, admittedly, this application is more difficult than picking up a rock and gluing it to a wall, but I paused to wonder when the Bureau lost its eagerness for a challenge. She is really derisive about the Blackrock stuff. It seems pretty impressive to me.
Do you normally barge into people's private workspaces?
She clearly doesn't know who she's talking to.
Shouldn't you be in a safe room?
Why? Because of those hiss things the Rangers keep going on about. Haven't you people sorted that out yet? The situation down here could spell doom for the Bureau.
You mean this mold?
Correct. Perhaps you could help me. I require samples of various mold strains, and the mold has made the environment far too dangerous for me to fetch them myself.
What, you don't have a
Really?
magic gun?
Mold samples? I thought this could spell doom.
It could, and it will, whoever you are. The mold is spreading. We need to find the source before it spreads too far.
Any samples will do that?
No. Samples of 5 unique strains, when blended properly, will allow you to travel deeper into the pit, where I've pinpointed the approximate location of the source of the mold.
Okay. So what do these samples look like?
Similar to the one on my table there. I've made a list of the samples I need here. You'll find them throughout the threshold.
I'll take a look. My name's Jessie, by the way.
I'm sure it is.
Well, at least she believes me. Okay, so we're not gonna be able to go deep into the pit because we're going to encounter another one of those areas where the mold is like actively pushing us back. But then we're gonna do this, and we're gonna be able to travel through it, and then we're also going to be able to travel through the other rooms we found like that.
Have you worked with Emily Pope?
Our paths have crossed. Darling arranged for us to have a coffee. A meeting of the minds, he called it. She's talented. I can certainly see her doing well here.
I feel like there's a but coming.
But she's drunk a bit too much of the Bureau's proverbial Kool-Aid.
I wouldn't drink
She shouldn't
anything
be
I found in
afraid
here.
to forge ahead on her own. Science is skepticism. Everything must be questioned before the truth can emerge.
So is Darling your boss?
If you insist on clinging to such outdated hierarchies, then yes. However, I would argue that our fields are too dissimilar for one to manage the other. Of course, Darling would much prefer to find his own miracle solution to the Bureau's fungal frustrations. He always needs to be the hero.
Maybe we could just convince the Bureau to take all the mold? Try to sell it to it as selling. Yeah, hey, this is very rare astral triangle cream.
So tell me again how you came to work at the Bureau?
Well, like I said, I was brought in as a special advisor. A temporary position, you see. Although that's not the whole truth. I was employed here for a time, straight out of university. After a decade of admittedly fascinating work in threshold research and regulation, I began to chafe under the bureaucracy. I needed a change. Not that I could tell
And some
you
talcum
something
powder.
different.
And then the mold happened.
About 4 months ago, yes. Since my departure from the Bureau, they hadn't been able to find my equal in threshold analysis. Darling and I had kept in touch over the years, meeting at conferences and the like. He called me, and I booked a flight. I've never been able to say no to a man with a dangerous alien biosphere. I had to leave my post in the middle of term, but so be it.
So she's a professor. That explains a lot.
I'm glad Jesse's keeping up here.
The mold seems to be having some weird effects on things.
Indeed. Even people are susceptible. The fungus grows rapidly within the chest cavity, killing the host. Luckily, one must ingest the stalks to become infected.
Don't eat the mold. Okay.
We've always cremated the infected bodies after autopsy, but I believe there may be another stage of maturity. A blooming, if you will.
I never thought the word blooming would sound so horrible.
Well, somebody's never played Grim Fandango.
Thanks for the information.
My pleasure.
I feel like I should be wearing a mask. You know, if you have to ingest the stuff, maybe Jessie could just keep her mouth closed, just like really put a lot of effort into making sure her mouth is always closed. Oh, she does know I'm the director. Okay then. But I'd feel a lot better if my mouth was covered, is all I'm saying.
It smells so sweet down here. Suddenly I'm really hungry.
Jessie,
I wonder how this
control
all
yourself.
tastes. Are these
Jessie.
people?
Well, not really. Not anymore. Oh, come here, you. Wow, it really takes a while to pick up some stuff. Ooh, a very rare version of that that energy thing I like. Why, it's a whole 17% extra energy on headshots. I dig it. I'm into it. No. Damn it. Well, it doesn't help me if it rolls off the platform before it explodes. I was trying to shoot that one in such a way that if it rolled, it would roll forward. Alright, let's try this. Okay. Functionally no damage. Also, these things are very hard to kill. Like, weirdly very hard to kill. Okay. Well, we better start by flying over there. Maybe I'm going to have to use the Pierce just because, like, the rest of our weapons really aren't all that well adapted to the task. I tried to do the dash thing, and I just hit the button too slowly there. Because I bet if I had hit the ground pound button fast enough, we would have been okay there. Alright, we'll use the Pierce. None of our other weapons are accurate enough at long range to really do the thing here, but it sucks that we have to do that. These enemies being so much higher level, it's a real pain. Okay, here we go. Then we just drift down very slowly. Let's take this moment to re-equip our weaponry. Probably charged, not ideal for this situation, but you know what? Maybe it's better to keep the charge up if we're switching to the Pierce, because Pierce and Grip... I don't know, whatever. The Grip is very, very versatile. You can't really argue with that. Do wish that I had just fast fallen and tried that thing. I'm all gun-shy about accidentally hitting a ledge or a light sticking out of the wall or something. Okay. Also, very easy to get stuck on random objects. There we go. Yeah, it would be cool if there was a control point in here somewhere.
I wouldn't go in there without talking to Hunter.
Maybe there is, maybe I missed it. So let's have a real quick look around. Okay, that's a door, but it's all molded up. I'm assuming that this area is not going to demold very much by the time we're done here. Okay. We're going to start by smashing these dudes. Okay. Producing for ourselves a little bit of health that we can fall back on, and then do I want to change any of this stuff? I'm used to the energy cost of launch now. I guess I don't really need it to go down. Okay. I'm going to do a good job. Man, what the hell? It doesn't even... That was a headshot and everything, I'm pretty sure. This weapon just does not do enough damage. Honestly, I'm probably better off using the grip because of how many shots this is taking. And by better off using the grip, of course I mean better off using launch. But that also is not really very effective. Oh, did all the health despawn already? Or is this the amount of health I have left after grabbing it? Okay, there is at least... Oh man, they're kind of everywhere, huh? Maybe we just get up there and make a run for it? Don't try to fly across the room? Yeah, these enemies just have way too much health. Alright. We are going to fly over there quickly. Okay, this is actually a pretty good way to do this. It's not intentional, but good covered position. Wow. That is not what I meant to do. Damn it. And these things suck so much. That didn't even kill it. Really? I was aiming at the chair. Just so we're all clear on that. I did not want to do this by grabbing that dude's corpse. Shield up. Make it over to the health. Jesus. Okay, headshot modifier is actually considerable. I must not have hit the head earlier when I thought I headshotted one with the pierce. Okay, so there's an alcove up there that's very suspicious looking. We'll have to see if that's actually accessible from up there. And my impression is that down is forward, so let's try going this way first. Okay, this is interesting. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll get in here and it'll be the opposite of interesting. Huh. I guess this is maybe just the way that you're intended to get up? Maybe this area is not designed so that you need to have levitation. Oh no, because you couldn't have gotten down the shaft if you didn't have the levitation, right? Yeah, weird. Okay. It's just a little side area that apparently has no point to it, which of course makes me think that I'm missing something.
Found one.
Okay, grows near toilets, grows near televisions. So grows near toilets, that's back in the elevator shaft, right? I keep holding the jump button for just a little bit too long and accidentally engaging the levitation. Okay, that all makes me real nervous. Yep, and that's why. Oh, this is extremely welcome. So, I mean, there are a lot of fresh corpses in here. We should be able to find some Type A mold in this room, hopefully. Maybe just follow the trail of corpses. Aha! Look at that. You played one video game, you played them all. Okay, near toilets, near televisions, near the pit. So should we go back then? I guess we should go back. What is that? Oh, that's just like a duffel bag. I assume the radio's going to have nothing interesting for us. Yep. Alright, I see your game trying to get me content ID'd. Checkmate, oldest house. Ooh, I feel like we should take that power drill. That probably is useful, right? Think of all the things we could do with a power drill. I can't actually, I'm trying to think of a good comical thing we might do with a power drill, and I cannot come up with one. Alright, if we go back, we're probably going to see the enemies all respawn, which is annoying. I'm kind of curious what's over there. Like, that's so obviously a platform. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Doing a bad job. Hold on, let me get back up there. Alright, so like from right here, this is an ideal jump. Aha! There is something. Turns out, I mean, it turns out it's just a chest, but of course it is. What else was it going to be? Yeah, and I think that's it. We could go forward and see if maybe there's just TVs and toilets ahead, but I feel like we already saw... I mean, we saw a bathroom. What are the odds we're going to see another bathroom? There's no mold in here. I guess let's go ahead and look. Oh, well, here's some more toilets for us. So, Type C mold. If I was a Type C mold, where would I... Hello, what's this? Am I going to be able to... I don't know that we can jump straight up that distance. No, not quite. Oh, hello. Well, I'm glad I kept looking around.
Gross. Underhill is gonna owe me for this.
Yeah, that's what's gross. You had to touch a toilet. I feel like Jesse's not really looking around. I was trying to dash forward before I finished actually rising. Can I jump off? Okay, this might work. It seems like if you stop rising, it's impossible to go up anymore. Okay, hold on. Bring this over here. And we're gonna just like... Somebody told me that you can set things down gently. That's not exactly how I wanted to do that. If we stack this one on top, it should be fine. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna blame the refrigerators on that one. You know, refrigerators are notoriously squirrely in this place. Okay, get over here. Set it down gently. Got it. Now grab the other one. Do the same thing. Do not just let go of it and fling it into the distance. That would be foolish in the extreme. I'm having a hard time getting it to sit on top of the other one, though. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm afraid if I move, it's gonna... Yeah, I think that's pretty... damn it. One more try. One more try. Well, I seem to have disabled the physics on this this particular item. These aren't refrigerators, they're like storage lockers. This, like this. It's a little bit more difficult than it looks. Oh, hey, that's pretty good. Nope. Alright, video game, object, physics, an unsolved problem. I mean, it's just a chest. I guess I don't care. You do get ability points when you get into areas that count as hidden areas. That noise needs to be way less intense. I'm getting, like, semi-routinely jump scared by the new alerts. What about if we jumped off this toilet? Aha! One ability point received, and then also some garbage. The secret, of course, here as in life. Always, just jump off the toilet, stupid. And now, for legal reasons, of course, the disclaimer, please don't stand on a toilet and then attempt to jump. That's going to end in sadness for everyone. Doing my best not to get anybody killed while performing this Let's Play. Where does this go? Huh. I bet up is forward in this particular case. Let's look around over here. Oh, TVs. Cool.
One of Underhill's samples.
Also, of course, an episode of Threshold Kids. Weird that the TV turned on when I removed the mold. Double weird that I can't interact with that TV at all. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty Well, they made this a little bit less of a scavenger hunt than I thought it was going to be. This has been very straightforward. Oh, and it just leads you back to the front room. Okay. Where exactly is the pit? I mean, down. Down would seem to be the place to look. That looks like a pit. I might describe that as a pit. And there's our mold sample.
This looks like a good one.
Okay, and then we have to go back out anyway. So we want to go
That's
over...
all 5 samples.
Climbing up
I should
there
get
will
us
get
back
us
down
back.
now.
We definitely did not see whatever is over there. What is this? It's just like an industrial oven, maybe? You know, for food prep. For food prep near the mold. Picnic basket procedures. Hey, we saw the picnic basket. Item to be stored in a black rock paneled cell. Keep away from lab animals, especially bears. A simple wicker basket with cloth lining, no food items inside. The item produces a hypnotic effect that solely affects non-human animals. Oh my god, it actually is the Yogi Bear picnic basket. Animals from every genus and species that have thus far been tested are susceptible. Single-cell organisms do not appear to react. Item was taken to a forest upstate for testing. I don't know, maybe like a national park? Results of the test proved contradicting data, as some of the attracted animals exhibited hyper-aggressive behavior. The exercise unfortunately resulted in a lot of very annoying catchphrases. Further testing should be restricted to more low-risk animal species, with medical staff on standby. Did I not read the mirror procedures thing? No, I totally read this. Wait, did I? Most notable is the fact that the glass transports individuals to a paranatural space when touched. Some objects inside the reflection are simple mirror images, while some are evil clones. The reflection only contains areas within a certain distance from the item itself. Okay, so they're coming up with an in-universe explanation for the reason we couldn't go into the rest of the lab. Relocating the item has proven that the reflection changes to depending on its surroundings. Agents have been sent in to explore the reflection. They've been observed in the test subjects sent inside, believed to be psychosomatic. Yeah. We saw some of the side effects. It's weird. When did I even pick that up? How good is super high level levitation ammo efficiency? Oh, it's a weapon mod. It is honestly not that good. It's a much lower number than I was expecting, given the rarity there. Really thoughtful of somebody to leave all these floor lamps laying around. Alright, everybody ignore all of the explosion sounds from behind me. It's perfectly normal, you know, everyday stuff.
For me.
She's got a very fine-tuned sense for that. So, you want to know how my mold research is getting on, Casper? Here it is. Microscopic organisms, similar in appearance to terrifying monsters, construct the architecture of the mold. I do not understand if these are the original disseminators or are bidden by some fungal infection. The mold is the most prolific and durable organism I have ever seen. I theorize there is a mold source located somewhere on our side of the threshold, rooted here to accelerate growth in our dimension. I refer to this yet unknown source as Mold 1. Something tells me we're going to be getting real familiar with Mold 1 real soon. The mold produces an enticing aroma to encourage human consumption. It propagates in the chest cavity and quickly subsumes the entire body, seizing control of motor function. This behavior was not observed when I first arrived, which means the mold has adapted to our presence, targeting our biological imperatives as a way to spread. It is a truly ingenious little thing. That is horrible. Like, really, truly horrible.
I found all 5, but I kind of wanted to eat them.
The mold has that effect on some people. Likely due to the fact it's not actually mold, or even of this dimension. I suspect it is the result of 2 incompatible molecular structures, one dominant, coming into contact. I call it mold or fungus because it's closer in appearance and behavior than anything else we know. Except perhaps bacteria.
She reminds me of my old biology teacher.
Did you happen to meet any more members of my ranger detail?
I didn't
Sort
see
of?
rangers, just walking mold people. Unless...
Yes. If you found mold people, you found my rangers. I refer to the creatures as hosts. They, like other unwary agents, succumbed to the appetite. But that's nothing for you to worry about. The pill I'm about to make with these samples will make the lower level perfectly safe to traverse. It has the added benefit of immunizing you against the pit's toxic spores.
Feel like I should ask to see her credentials.
There. That didn't take too long now, did it?
No, it
Ingest
really
this
didn't.
pill, then go and find the source of the mold. Only there can we begin to understand how to stop it.
Take a
It was,
mystery
like,
pill because a
suspiciously
rude lady in a
fast.
hazmat suit tells you to. Great idea, Jesse.
Ugh. Honestly, did you want me to wrap it in cheese?
not the taste, the smell. It stinks in here now.
Good. That means the pill is working. The worse it smells, the safer you'll be. Now go. Find the source.
Right up until you hit the point of uncontrollable vomiting. I really would have
Thanks for
been
the
more
information.
reluctant to take the pill
My
than she
pleasure.
was. Because like I said, she put that thing together suspiciously fast. If I'm the mold, and I need people to eat me, but I know they're getting wise to the eating me thing, you know, maybe you just, like, you use one of your infected hosts to convince other people that you're making a thing they have to eat that actually will help them,
This
and then
must
they
be the
eat
pit
it, and
Underhill
of
was
course,
talking
you
about.
know. Alright, well, this looks terrifying. Let's get right to it. There are some ledges in here, and I maybe should be trying to grab onto them. Well, we'll get it on the way back, maybe? Okay, yeah, now I'm allowed to walk on the red scary mold that used to do damage to me. God, these things are so hardy. I suppose maybe a seize would have been a good idea there. What have I... Oh.
Squad Captain Lopez, reporting on Expedition 17B. At the formation now, visually no distinction from the previous visit. The link detectors are still standing. One arch has a light flashing, so we're gonna give the area a once over. Then we'll head back.
Yeah, it's definitely like a traversable doorway back here. Okay. Gotta go to all this trouble to get my chest. I mean, if I'm actually trying to accumulate enough source to do more upgrades, making sure we hit every chest is valuable because we need every mod we can get. And we are finding a lot of nice high-level ones. Those break down well. Balloon supplement. Why are we keeping all of the altered item supplementary files so far away from the panopticon? This item was used in the children's ward of a local hospital. Witnesses do not recall where the balloon came from. Therapy dogs, part of a program called Monster Detectors, meant to comfort the sick children, were noticeably attracted to the item. They reportedly jumped at the item, licking it when they could. I mean, that's just dogs, though. The children claimed the dogs began walking through the halls of the hospital at night, howling in a low pitch. One child described the sound as singing. A few days later, the dogs were all discovered dead, a dark substance leaking from there everywhere. The hospital staff called local authorities, who called the CDC. Bureau agents intercepted this call and arrived at the scene. The item was taken for evaluation along with the remains of the dogs. Boy, that's... I really hope that we get a little bit more about that one, because that's... I mean, it's terrifying, but it's also very vague in a way that leaves me in suspense. With a lot of these things, it's like sort of clear what's happening.
The worse it smells.
Oh my god, so much health. Yeah, this is gonna be a pain. Ooh, wait, is that a new quality we've never seen before? 5. No, we've seen a 5. We have a 5 equipped. I'm gonna say, I really thought we were getting to, like, the top end here. Top end of objects and stuff. Game is telling me I'm, like, a little under-leveled, I think, is what we're supposed to be getting from that. The 9 with the arrow. Huh. I just tried to do a launch and nothing happened. That's pretty weird. I'm gonna swap the pierce out for the charge, I think. Give myself a little room to work with here. Okay, very poor damage output. Yeah, something is, like, dampening my powers. There we go. I'll take it. Stay over there and fight him. Did that work? Okay. Well done. I guess it makes sense that corrupted samples would be from this part of the house. Boy, what do you think? Which way could possibly be actually forward? Get that out of here. Of course, you know, now I wish I'd saved a little bit of it. Oh, never mind. We have no shortage of mold. Get one a little bit closer. I don't know. I can get these. Yeah, that ability to pick them up when they're at low health, that's actually going to really come in handy.
They're all dead. These... There are so many. You're listening.
How did she have time to record that? Why would you stop and start recording in that moment? Man, where are all of these mannequins coming from? Why do we have so many crash test dummies? This whole place is just super creepy. Okay, that's got to be the way forward, right? So hold on, let's back up a little bit. I guess my levitation ability affects other objects nearby. Okay, so what was this way then? Oh man, this whole place just turns around back in on itself, huh? Oh, hey there, friend. It seems like maybe they just don't notice you. Maybe I could just walk past. Yeah, but why risk it? Okay. I will say that using the C's to effectively just, like, it looks like pull out the inside of their head is definitely very creepy and gross. You know what they say about fighting monsters and looking into the void and everything? Like, we're maybe doing just enough of that to become mostly made of void and monsters ourselves. Alright, I think we've been pretty thorough then. Stop off on the ledge, get the thing. I mean, I probably will not bother to go back for the other ledge because I'm sure it's just going to be a chest. And when we're done with this area, I would love to never come back to it. That sounds great.
It's kind of pretty.
It's very sport. Oh Jesus! Fucking Christ!
Nope.
For the record, I did see what was happening there, and I did attempt to dodge, but I pressed the old button that I unbound. That did some damage. This actually would probably be a good time for us to swap you out for just raw damage output. God, I wish we could find some higher level damage mods. That's pretty easy so far. Ow. You know what I like about this mold? Its sense of comic timing. Oh god. No, we'll just be up here then. I tried to drop down to dodge that, but I don't think I hit the button early enough. Hey, the control point's really far away, right? That's a pretty inconvenient boss, actually. It seems like a lot of these optional bosses, they made the run back a little frustrating. One has to assume if it was like once, you could reasonably say, oh, maybe they just like it got away from them. They weren't really thinking. But given that it's every one of them, I have to imagine it's an intentional design decision. Oh, it's right there. I was having trouble seeing it. I couldn't remember which side it was on. So, like, there's a design ethos thing going on there, right? Oh, and I'm gonna have to fight through the mold guys every time. Yeah, that's crummy. I guess the idea is that maybe it's supposed to, like, add stakes. You add a little bit of tension to the boss fight by giving the players something to actually lose. The only thing that you can really take from them, which is their actual real-world human time. No, bad. Go back. Okay, just run fast. Wait, did I did not see this last time. What am I looking at here? Okay, there we go. There it is. I was like, is there really going to be a little side area with no chest in it? Man, low-level bad weapon mod. Like the worst piece of loot. Alright, later. Okay, so as far as strategy goes, I don't feel like I really even learned that much about this boss. It has a really big, obvious wind-up attack that I managed to not dodge at all. We're going to do a better job of that this time. And hopefully it's going to drop some health at some point during the fight. I mean, I can just do this. That's also acceptable. I'd be lying if I said that this was like, oof, pretty scary. I'd be lying if I said this was the most compelling enemy design we'd seen yet. Okay, get up on a thing. Ooh. Nope, dodge too early. Like, way too early. Jesus. And if you get hit by the first one, it seems like you're guaranteed to get hit by the second one because of the amount of time you spend staggering. Ooh. Okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, it has dropped health. There's health in the center of the arena, I think. Either that or it's trying to get me to come over there and eat it. No, 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 no. I'm too smart for this. Oh, punches. mean, we're doing all right, he said, summoning his death. Oh, come on! It worked, though, huh? Turns out I am learning the rituals. Alright, well, it would be irresponsible to give that another try. We were right there. We will totally get that on the next attempt, and that'll just have to be the thing we start with next time, because we are, in fact, out of time for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when we kill this giant mold monster, and then never, ever set foot in this pit again. And we'll see you then.